The Unseen Lover. Part 1. The First Letter. Claire Dawson, a young woman in her mid-20s, had always led a quiet, peaceful life in the quaint little town of Eversfield. She lived in a cozy, Victorian-style house that she had recently inherited from her late aunt. The house, though old and creaky, had a certain charm that Claire adored. It was a place of solace and safety, a retreat from the world outside. But everything changed the day she received the first letter. It was a simple, elegant envelope, addressed to her in flowing, cursive handwriting. The paper inside was thick, high-quality parchment. The message was short, yet its contents sent a shiver down her spine. My dearest Claire, from the moment I saw you, I knew you were meant for me. I will never leave you. I will always be near, watching over you, loving you. At first, Claire assumed it was a prank. Her house was in a quiet neighborhood and she didn't have many visitors. But as the days passed, more letters arrived, each one more intimate than the last. The writer knew details about her life that no stranger could know. Her favorite color, the time she took her walks, the exact way she liked her coffee. She tried to ignore it, thinking it was just an infatuated admirer. But the letters kept coming, growing more obsessive and increasingly possessive. Part 2. The Watching Eyes. One night, after a particularly disturbing letter, Claire decided to take a walk to clear her mind. The evening air was crisp, and the streets were eerily quiet. As she walked through the park near her home, she felt the distinct sensation of being watched. Turning around, she saw nothing, just the dim glow of the streetlights casting long shadows. But the feeling didn't go away. It lingered, creeping along her spine like cold fingers. She quickened her pace, but the footsteps behind her grew louder. She glanced back once more. There, at the edge of the park, stood a figure, a man, dressed in dark clothing, standing still, watching her. She froze, heart pounding in her chest. But when she blinked, the figure was gone. Shaken, Claire hurried home, locking every door and window as she did. She thought it was just her imagination, playing tricks on her. But the fear, the anxiety, remained. Part 3. The Gifts. The next day, a small, delicate box was left on her doorstep. Inside was a silver locket, engraved with intricate patterns. Claire's hands trembled as she picked it up, noticing that it seemed too familiar. It was almost as if it belonged to her. She opened the locket, and inside, there was a faded photograph of a man she had never seen before. His eyes were dark, almost haunting. The back of the locket was inscribed with a name, Samuel. The next letter arrived the following morning. You wear it well, my love. Samuel and I were once very close, but his love was never true, not like mine. You are the one I have waited for, Claire. Claire was terrified. She couldn't understand why this person was obsessed with her. Who was Samuel? What did he have to do with her? Part 4. The Whispering Voice. Night after night, Claire could hear whispers, soft, indistinguishable voices just outside her window. At first, she thought it was the wind, or perhaps the house settling, but then she heard her name, clear, urgent, and full of longing. Claire! The voice was a low, hollow whisper, almost as if it came from deep within the earth. She pressed her hands to her ears, trying to block it out, but it only grew louder, more insistent. Claire, I am here, always here. You are mine. Desperate for answers, Claire contacted her closest friend, Maria, an old acquaintance from her childhood who had a peculiar gift. She could sense things that others could not. Maria was hesitant at first, but when Claire explained the situation, Maria agreed to visit. Part 5. The Revelation. Maria arrived at Claire's house late one evening. She seemed uneasy as she entered, her face pale, her eyes scanning the shadows. I don't like this place, Claire, Maria said, her voice trembling. There's something wrong about it. After a few moments of silence, Maria turned to Claire, her face grave. I can feel it. The presence. It's not human. It's not just a spirit, it's an obsession. The entity that is haunting you, it's in love with you, but not in the way you think. Maria went on to explain that the spirit, which she could now sense clearly, had once lived in the house Claire now called home. His name was Samuel, a young man who had fallen in love with a woman who had tragically died before they could marry. His sorrow turned into madness, and he became consumed by an unrelenting desire to find his lost love. The spirit had never left the house, wandering the halls in search of someone to replace his lost beloved. Maria told Claire that the spirit had been drawn to her, believing her to be the reincarnation of his lost love. He believes you are the one who,